All right, greetings everyone. Happy Tuesday. I pray that your day has been going fabulous. This reading is going to be for family. So, any kind of family relationship that you're dealing with, whether it's children, mother, brother, sister, aunt, uncle, anything like that, this reading is really going to be speaking to those energies, relationships, and whatnot. So we're going to go ahead and get into the beginning of our week. We're looking at the Emperor or actually we're going to get into the overview of our week. We're looking at the Emperor and then Dancer 3 Jubilance. So the Emperor really talks about shifts and changes happening, but on a more foundational or structured, more disciplined level. This can be in the form of military or police, law enforcement, that kind of energy. But it also comes in shifting, like I said before, the structures and bringing in, obviously this is bringing in the harvest, right? But this is with this very ordered, very exact kind of energy and frequency. And so expect for this week to have like some karmic energies going on with it in terms of just the way that you're connecting and ways that you're connecting with, I should say, the ways you're connecting with others, and then the ways that you are experiencing those connections with others. And then you have the Dancer 3 Jubilance, and this really feels like this is about dancing for joy, being in a space of high vibration and excitement, really holding that space where magic happens, where happiness is and joy is, where laughter is, and just this unwavering faith in self, in the universe, in your surroundings, and in every little piece that plays a part in your reality. The shadow side of this, though, is definitely going to be some fear. Fear around flow, fear around that give and take. And it makes sense. This is during the time where families are getting ready to come together to celebrate, to eat together, or they're not. And so there can be some fear coming up around your finances. There can be some fear coming up around relationships with other family members. This may be the year for some of us where this is the first time where people have really gotten together, since COVID and everything hit. And so, the structure and how things are done may be a little bit different. It may feel a little bit different just because of all the things going on in our world. But when we're looking at this week in terms of these energies, it really feels like it's setting us up for some more major energies coming down the pipeline. So just make sure that you all are being mindful of, again, the ways that you're being with others and the way that you're experiencing others. Making sure that you're making the necessary structural shifts and setting the boundaries that you need to have in place in order for there to be a space of peace and flow that is not it's not like blocked. I couldn't think of the word I actually wanted to say, but where the energy isn't blocked. You want to be in a space of natural flow and trusting and really being open to things not happening the way that you expected them to, but in ways that are better than you would have thought possible. And so, just as the overall energy of this week, that's what you're looking at. And so, really expect there to be changes that take place that really call on you to trust. Because I feel like I'm just going to say what it is. I feel like there are going to be some relationships that are going to be being restructured. And this definitely feels like we're talking about around the home. There's going to be some spaces where you've either outgrown or you're stretching into, but there's shifting and there's changing that's taking place in terms of the relating. So you all may be having some conversations or just some things happening around boundaries this week and shifting and changing and getting together with family and structuring that and organizing what things look like and that kind of thing. So that's not a bad thing, especially during this time. It makes sense. So I don't know, the energies just feel, last week they felt very bubbly and very light and giggly. And this week there's a lot more intense, a lot more purposeful, and really speaking to like things to come, right? It's like it's really speaking to some things that are going to be coming further down. Like this is the preparation or like the clearing out stage for what is getting ready to take place. So in terms of this week, we start the week off with the Magician. During the middle of the week, we have the Death card, and then close out the week with the card with Temperance. Um, so the beginning of the week, we're talking about Sunday through, about Tuesday. It kind of shifts when we get to Tuesday, but the energy around the beginning of the week is the Magician. So you're balancing, you're in a space of discovery. Um, it feels like there's some new knowledge that's come up, whether it be about self or something that is impacting the self and maybe those closest to you. Um, but there just being a need to rebalance, kind of recenter yourself, recenter what it is that you're doing and how you are moving with your energy. And it feels like there could be some relationships that are kind of pointing that out for you, whether this be your children or just other family members that you're dealing with. But there's definitely a thing around balance and really being in the fullness, being present, within that balance. Um, and this balance is going to be bringing in more flow. So I feel like there's going to be some healing taking place within relationships. So there's some people who have been dealing with some heartache or just at odds, just some things going on between them and other family members. In this week, there's going to be some remedy that comes to that, as well as just abundance in terms of finances and just resources being made available to you that you may not have expected. That really helps this month to go by um, much more smoothly and allows for you to kind of set yourself up for success in the coming months. Um, okay, so then during the middle of the week, you have the Death card, and this Death card feels like it is transformation. It feels like total eclipse energy because it's almost like the vibe of it is totally black, right? It's kind of like this unknown space. Or not even like it's unknown, but it's just undefined. Like if it were the place where raw power came from and it was just completely and totally undefined. It's like that is the energy over the middle of this week. And so you're really going to have the opportunity to really, really, really transform the relationships and the ways that you relate. This week is really going to be a powerful week. So you all need to make sure that you are staying mindful of the kinds of relationships you're in, who you're in relationship with, how are those things serving you. But really, really, really pay attention to that because this week is really going to offer you the opportunity to transform what your everyday to day life looks like, your lifestyle, especially because of the people you're interacting with in the ways that you're relating to other people. A lot of mental energy, a lot of emotional energy still. I did a general reading earlier, and that same mental energy, emotional energy kind of came back up. And so it's playing a part here as well in terms of just being in that release, being in that acceptance, being in a space of balance in your energies and your frequencies. Um, And so it feels like, even though there are going to be some people that you're walking away from, or some situations, or just things that you're walking away from, ways of being that you're releasing or letting go, that could potentially bring in, sad feelings and this kind of thing. We're near the holidays, of course. So those are energies that could definitely come up. However, anything that's taking place right now is for your highest and your best good. So even if you're experiencing something that does not feel desired, it is there because it is building you up for something better. If you're having to release or let go of someone and is purposely meant to be that because of what it is that is going to come when that space has been cleared out. In part, the clarity and the understanding of yourself, right? Because if you're holding on to something that doesn't serve you and you're not in a space where you're willing to let it go, you're not really seeing you, right? You're not really seeing the impact it has on you or your family members or people, period, that you are involved with. So, just transformations within the family, transformations within maybe beliefs around the family and how you're going to be doing things. And again, the shifting of the structures. There's transformation that's taking place. But, in all of these really heavy energies, there's still a beautiful magic that's present. So don't lose that in the midst of maybe some of those heavier energies. If it's just the energies themselves by themselves are intense, right? They're intense anyway. But what's happening now is we're having the opportunity to let go of the things that freak out and tell us it's too much, it's too heavy, it's too much pressure, it's too much going on, whatever the thing is, right? And really just let yourself go in this space where like your true raw self can just kind of come out and be, right? Because it's like that's how you're going to really be able to powerfully and very quickly shift the ways that you're relating and the kinds of relationships that you have. The more authentic and raw that you can be of yourself, your reality will shift and match that, right? So you wanna make sure that that's something that you're practicing, something that you're working on. Now we also have what I said was temperance towards the end of the week. And looking at this temperance card, again, we're talking about balance. We started the week with the magician, and that is about balance. We're looking at the temperance, and that is about balance. It's about taking those most inner, most passionate parts of yourself, the most real and powerful parts of yourself, and allowing those pieces to be free. Allowing for those pieces to be free, and at the same time to have this connection with yourself and your own energies and the energies that are interacting around you, to be in a space where you can move and shift your own self to where you're manifesting and making connections with people and healing your relationships with others. And then at the same time, elevating your life, because it's really, even though this is a family reading, it's like the message isn't just about your family. It's also about you and how you are transforming, how you are taking this new energy, this way of relating to people, right? The kinds of relationships that you allow, you are really stepping into this restructuring, reordering, and fitting yourself to a reality that's actually harmonious with you. And so your relationships will see this as well. And it is like the full acceptance of this transformation. It is you finally stepping forward and others around you finally stepping forward in their full self. So if you allow it, this week, and especially during the holidays, has the opportunity, the possibility of being some of the most amazing time that you've spent with family in a very long time. So really take time to be in that gratitude. Really take time to honor those who are still here for you to physically touch and love on. Honor those who have passed. We have had a lot of people passing, over the last few years, and those energies are building. It's no easy way to say that. But those energies are building. And so it is important that we take this time to move in integrity with ourselves, making sure we're balanced, making sure we're connecting, making sure we're loving, making sure that we're making room for people to rise in their own ways, right? Respecting our own boundaries, but be willing to allow them to rise in the ways that serve them the best, just as you do the same. Okay? So this week, really good vibes, really good in terms of just the clarity and the transformations that are going to be taking place, making sure that you're in a space where you're not in holding on to fear, where you're holding on to how you feel things need to be or how you feel they need to go. Because again, there's a restructuring and a reordering that's happening within our relationships, with our family, and with ourselves, which is where it has to start first for it to go anywhere else. So know that as you begin to do this work and as you're doing this work with yourself, you're also going to be seeing more truth of like your own family energy. Whether it be you never really felt great about your family, and then you start to have these experiences and see people and their experiences in a different way that allow you to feel more connection, greater connection, that allow you to feel more, I guess, grounded with others, with yourself, with just the space in this time period. And so expect for there to be some amazing happenings taking place. Again, intense energy, but it's intense on both ends. So that goodness, that lightness, that beauty, that is just as intense. So you choose what energy you want to elevate yourself and your family with. Know that your family is going to be elevated, and you're going to be seeing more of your authentic family vibe and energy and just the trueness that your family holds this week. And that's a really beautiful thing. So I hope you all have a wonderful rest of the week. I'm going to go ahead and close out this reading here. If you want to schedule a reading, if you want to contact me for any reason, all of that information will be in the description below. I pray that you all received something that you needed to hear today. And if you did, I'd love to hear about it. If you have any experiences that you would like to share, I would also love to hear those as well. So you can leave a comment or you can shoot me an email. Either way, I look forward to hearing from you, and we will talk again next week. Make sure that you like, subscribe, and follow. Bye.